Now, the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto prioritized 5 key areas, namely affordable housing, agriculture, MSMEs, creative economy, and the digital superhighway that were expected to turn around the country's economy. Our reporter Aziz Hashim looks at how the key pillars of the administration will fare in the wake of President William Ruto's cabinet purge and some of the challenges the ousted CS faced during their tenure in office.
Watch this space.
In the wake of the Gen Z's protest, the country's commander-in-chief had stated,
I agree that some of our officials are arrogant. Some of them, speak out of turn, and some of them display, obnoxious opulence, if I may say that, which does not just anger the public. Sometimes I call in some of those people and I give them a piece of my mind.
Signaling an inevitable wave that will see radical changes in the government.
And I have promised that I will be making changes. I know you have said that I should not make changes. I should clean the slate clean.
The president's were arguably the faces of his administration, owing to leading dockets that were clearly spelled out in his manifesto that were expected to drive economic change.
At times we have tried to hold cabinet committees, we can't. 5, 6, 7, 8 ministers are out of the country. Some change clothes at the airport from one country to another.
The moment I know more than you in your ministry, then you must begin to understand that something is very wrong. Because by constitution, you are supposed to advise me. Explain to me how you are going to advise me if you have less information than I do.
Top on the list is a former Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mythical Nturi, who oversaw the fertilizer subsidy program that saw prices of food commodities reduce.
So I am seeing this bag here. So if this is what KEBS brought, or the certificates you have from KEBS, looking at it, I am telling you, this is not the fertilizer. It's not within the fertilizer subsidy program that I am running.
The program temporarily halted following CS, the first cabinet secretary of the current administration, to face an impeachment motion.
That what is killing our countries is corruption. Let us not be shy to say so. Let us say so loudly.
Because we are determined for the Kenyan farmer. Mythical Nturi must go.
The allegation under ground 1 on gross violation of the Constitution or any other law, ground 2 on serious reasons for believing that the Cabinet Secretary has committed a crime under national law, and ground 3 on the gross misconduct motion are unsubstantiated.
When there is evidence gathered enough for the minister to be held to account, I want to promise you that I will fire him, and any other minister for that matter, if there is sufficient evidence to hold anybody accountable.
Former Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakhumicha has also had her fair share of turbulent times, with industrial strife dogging her ministry as she moved to implement the Universal Health Coverage Program that birthed the Social Health Insurance Fund.
We are almost at the tail end of this process, so we are waiting for the affirmation. It is a that we have people who falsify documents to claim from NHIF.
The figure you've been given is 20 to 50 months. Now that was also inducing corruption, making sure that if you have a facility, you want to bribe the officers so that you can be on panel.
The people who may have been in that previous system who are found to be suspects of corruption deals, those people will still be pursued in their individual capacities, irrespective of whether they are left out of the new authority or they join the new authority.
And it is barely a week before former Cooperative and MSMEs Cabinet Secretary Simon Chelugui hit the headlines following the Auditor General Nancy Gathungu report, which casted doubt on the management of the Hustlers Fund.
The first 3 weeks, we had 800,000 hustlers and IDs. We had not synchronized the mobile numbers and aligned them with their national IDs. When time came, when we discovered this, and by the time the auditor came, when we discovered this, we were able to trace back all the loans and align them with IDs.
The fund has, however, been one of the government's celebrated achievements, having disbursed funds to over 2 million Kenyans daily. While his former ICT counterpart, Eliud Owalo, navigated through the digital sphere, making great strides in the launch of the ICT hubs and public Wi-Fi spots.
We are also going to have fiber connectivity. We are determined to deliver internet to each and every home.
Also be dampened following a cyber attack on the government's e-citizen platform that houses 17,000 services.
When we discovered the processes of WorldCoin and collecting data, we did write to them and asked them, what is your legal basis? And one of the things they said, it's a contractual obligation between them and their customers.
Further, the former CS with his interior counterpart, Kithure Kindiki, were on the spot following the WorldCoin saga.
Honorable Majority Leader, in view of what you are saying and what the members have expressed, I direct you to bring the two ministers to the House on Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
Former Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has also been dominating the headlines on security concerns. The latest being the handling of the
They must not intimidate, harass, or otherwise inconvenience members of the public.
Abdiaziz Oshem for Prime Edition.